Brother, sister who is listening to me right now, I need you to stop everything you're doing. Sit down, take a deep breath. Because what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes has completely changed the way I see the times we are living in. I cried. I cried a lot when I found this out. And it wasn't just any crying, no. It was the kind of crying that comes from the depths of the soul, the kind that only those with faith know. Because when I put the pieces together, when I placed side by side the main Marian apparitions recognized by the Holy Catholic Church, I realized something terrifying. America, the entire continent, the United States of America, specifically, does not appear. It does not appear anywhere in the great prophecies of the Blessed Virgin Mary concerning the end times. Think about it, my brother. Think carefully. Our Lady appeared in Fatima and spoke of Russia. Our Lady appeared in La Salette and spoke of France, Italy, and Rome. Our Lady appeared in Akita and spoke of Japan and the whole world. In Quito, she spoke of the 20th century. In Garabandal, she spoke of Europe. In Medjugorje, messages for the whole world. But what about the United States? And this power that has dominated the world for over 100 years. Where is America in the prophecies of the Mother of God? And that's when it clicked. That's when the Holy Spirit illuminated my mind and I understood why. And when I understood, I cried, because the answer is far more terrifying than you can imagine. There are 3 possibilities, and all 3 are terrifying. And one of them, one in particular, aligns with ancient prophecies that say something catastrophic will happen to that nation even before the Great Tribulation truly begins. Before I continue, and before I reveal to you each of these 3 possibilities, with the texts of the apparitions, with the exact words that Our Lady pronounced, and with what approved Catholic mystics have said about this prophetic silence, I need you to do something now. Look at the bottom right corner of your screen. Do you see that red subscribe button? I need you to click it right now. And don't just subscribe, activate the notification bell too. Because time is short, my brother. The signs are multiplying, and this channel is a trench of Catholic faith in these last days. Here we are not afraid to talk about the prophecies that other channels hide. Here we bring the truth that the Blessed Virgin wants you to know. So subscribe now, activate the bell, and let's go together in this spiritual battle. Done. Great. Now take a deep breath, because what comes next will shake you deeply. Let's start from the beginning, my brother. Let's put everything into context so that no one listening to me now gets lost. Because I know there are many people discovering these truths for the first time, and I want you to understand every detail. Marian apparitions are manifestations of the Blessed Virgin Mary, approved by the Catholic Church, where the Mother of God descends from heaven to warn humanity about approaching dangers. They are not legends. They are not fantasies. They are supernatural manifestations officially recognized by the Vatican, with rigorous canonical investigations, witnesses, and scientifically proven miracles. And here's the point that few realize. Each of these apparitions has prophetic content. Our Lady didn't come here just to console us. She came to warn us. She came like a mother who sees her child about to burn and cries out for him to get away from the fire. She came to call us to conversion before it's too late. Well, when you begin to study these apparitions seriously, you notice a striking geographical pattern. The Mother of God mentions specific nations. She cites countries by name. She points to concrete places on the world map. In Fatima, in the year 1917, 3 Portuguese shepherd children, Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta, received dramatic revelations. And what did Our Lady say? She said that if Russia were not consecrated to her Immaculate Heart, it would spread its errors throughout the world, provoking wars and persecutions of the Church. The good would be martyred. The Holy Father would have much to suffer. Several nations would be annihilated. Pay close attention to the word she used. Annihilated, not affected, not weakened. Annihilated. And do you know what this word means in its Latin origin? It means to reduce to nothing. It means to make disappear completely. In La Salette, in the year 1846, Our Lady appeared to two French shepherd children, Maximin and Melanie. And there, she spoke of France, of Italy, of Paris, of Marseille. She mentioned cities. She mentioned European nations. She spoke of revolutions, of apostasy, of a great crisis within the church itself. In Akita, Japan, in 1973, Our Lady appeared to Sister Agnes Sasagawa. There, the Mother of God prophesied a punishment so terrible that it would make the living envy the dead. She spoke of fire falling from the sky, of the destruction of a large part of humanity. In Garabandal, Spain, between 1961 and 1965, Our Lady spoke to the four visionaries about a warning, a miracle, and a punishment. And again, specific geography is mentioned. In Quito, Ecuador, in the 17th century, Mother Mariana de Jesus Torres received very detailed prophecies about the 20th and 21st centuries. But now, pay close attention, because this is where my heart started to ache. In none of these recognized apparitions, in none of them, are the United States of America mentioned by the Mother of God as a nation that will play a positive, salvific, or even punitive role in the end times. There is not a single direct mention of that nation that proclaims itself a nation under God. How so, my brother? How can a nation that calls itself Christian, that has "In God We Trust" emblazoned on its currency, that has magnificent cathedrals, that has millions of Catholics, simply not exist on the prophetic map of the Blessed Virgin? The answer to that question is the reason I cried, and you'll understand now. Now let's move on to the first possibility. And this first possibility is the most difficult to accept, but it's the one that many Catholic mystics have been suggesting for decades. The first possibility is this: America is not in the Marian prophecies because it simply will no longer exist when the prophesied events begin to unfold with full intensity. Stop, breathe, read that sentence again mentally with me. America will no longer exist. I know it's shocking. I know it seems like an exaggeration. But think about it logically and coldly, brother. If a nation so powerful, so influential, so present on the world stage, isn't mentioned in any Marian prophecy about the end times, and we know that these prophecies speak of the end times, there are only two rational explanations. Either it has become so irrelevant that it doesn't deserve mention, which is unlikely given its current power, or it will no longer be there when these events occur. And here comes a prophecy that many people are unaware of. There are private revelations given to serious Catholic mystics, such as Father Stefano Gabi, founder of the Marian movement of priests. In his messages, attributed to the Blessed Virgin, there are veiled references to a great Western power that will suffer a sudden collapse. There are references to a modern Babylon that will be humiliated. And when you compare these prophecies with the biblical prophecy of Revelation, chapter 18, about the fall of Great Babylon, many serious and traditional Catholic theologians have begun to draw troubling parallels. A rich nation, a nation that has become wealthy, a nation that trades with the whole world, a nation that will fall in a single hour. Does this remind you of any modern nation? Think about it. There's more. The Venerable Mary of Agreda in the 17th century, in her revelations compiled in the book Mystical City of God, spoke of a land in the West that would be discovered and inhabited by countless nations, and that would suffer terrible trials in the last days because of pride, impurity, and apostasy. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences when it comes to Marian prophecies. I believe in divine providence. And when I first read these things, I felt a shiver run down my spine, because everything fits together, brother. Everything fits together in a frighteningly perfect way. Can you remember how many legal abortions are performed each year in the United States? Can you remember how many children have their sexual identity confused from their earliest school years in that country? Can you remember how many Catholic churches have been closed in that territory in recent decades? That nation, once a beacon of opportunity, is now one of the world's greatest exporters of sin. Hollywood, the pornography industry, gender ideology, the culture of rampant consumerism, the silent apostasy of formerly Catholic families who converted to modern paganism. Could it be that Our Lady doesn't mention America because divine justice already has a specific, unique, and final plan for that nation? Could prophetic silence be the sentence? I'm not making a statement, brother. I'm offering possibilities for your prayer, for your reflection. But what I can tell you is that the silence in Marian prophecies is deafening. And a mother's silence about her child's destiny usually means that the child has already taken a path where only the suffering of divine correction remains. Wait, brother. Before we continue with the second possibility, I need to know something from you. Comment below with all your sincerity. Comment now the words, "Mary, intercede for US." Comment this now because I want to see how many true Catholics are in this video with me, feeling the same weight that I feel. And if this content is touching your heart, leave your like now too. Press that little knee up, because that helps the algorithm to take this message to more Catholics who need to wake up to these signs of the times. Let's not let this message die here, brother. Let's spread the truth. Comment "Mary, intercede for US" and leave your like gun. Great, let's continue. Now let's move on to the second possibility. And this one, my brother, is perhaps even more disturbing than the first, because it strikes not just at a nation, but at the very heart of the Catholic faith. The second possibility is this: America is not in the Marian prophecies because it will become the center of a false religion, a false church, a false spirituality that will deceive multitudes in the last days, and the Blessed Virgin refuses to mention by name that which is the abomination of desolation. Do you know when a mother can't pronounce the name of the son who betrayed her? Do you know when a wife can't pronounce the name of her unfaithful husband? Silence, in this case, is pain. It's prophetic pain. I studied this for months, brother. Months of reading, comparing, praying. And when I connected the dots, I saw something terrible. The United States is the birthplace of hundreds, maybe thousands, of pseudo-Christian sects that are proliferating throughout the world. The Mormons, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Adventists, the radical Pentecostals who deny Mary, who deny the saints, who deny the Eucharist, who deny the papacy, the electronic churches, the millionaire pastors who preach a false gospel of prosperity. And all of this, brother, all of this comes from America. That nation is like a fountain that spouts false Christianity to the whole world. To Brazil, especially. How many Brazilian families, formerly Catholic, have been seduced by these religions imported from the United States? How many? The Blessed Virgin Mary, in Fatima, warned Lucia about the final battle between Christ and Satan, and said that this battle would be about marriage and the family. And where is the global epicenter of the destruction of the traditional Christian family? Where was gender ideology conceived and disseminated? Where was same-sex marriage legalized and exported as a global ideology? Where do the movements that destroy the innocence of children in schools come from? From America. And can you imagine the Blessed Virgin, the Immaculate Mother, mentioning by name that nation which has become one of the main centers of the destruction of the family, that she herself defends as the mother of Jesus? No, she does not mention it, because her silence is a spiritual sentence. But there is something even more disturbing about this second possibility. There is a prophecy attributed to Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich, a 19th century Catholic mystic, in which she speaks of another church that would emerge in the last days. A church without mystery, without true sacraments, without a legitimate hierarchy. A church built by human hands with enormous halls, with preachers who deceive multitudes with beautiful words and false miracles. Where did this develop most strongly? Where did the mega churches with 20,000 people originate? Where did televised preaching begin? Where did the millionaire evangelists who fly in private jets while begging money from the poor originate? In America, my brother. In America. And perhaps, just perhaps, that is the reason for Marian's silence. Because Our Lady sees in that land the gestation of a false world religion that will deceive even the elect, if that were possible. And to mention it would be, in a way, to dignify it. I don't know about you, but I get chills when I think about it. How many Catholic souls are being lost in that country? How many Brazilians have already left for America in search of the American dream and lost their Catholic faith along the way? How many return speaking a different spiritual language, attending other churches, bringing different concepts of God to their families? America is not mentioned in Marian prophecies because perhaps it is, in itself, the prophecy being fulfilled. The prophecy of the great apostasy. The prophecy of the great seduction. The prophecy of the great modern Babylon. And he who has ears to hear, let him hear. He who has eyes to see, let him see. The signs are before us. The Blessed Virgin Mary warned us through her silence. And we, Catholics of Brazil, Portugal, and Latin America, need to awaken. And now, brother, we come to the third possibility. And it was this one, specifically this one, that made me fall to my knees before the oratory at home, with tears streaming down my face. It was this one that broke my heart in two. The third possibility is the most painful of all. It is the hardest to accept. And it is the one that most aligns with the maternal and merciful character of the Blessed Virgin Mary. The third possibility is this. America is not in the Marian prophecies because it is already doomed, and Our Lady does not mention it because there is nothing left to do for it. Stop for a moment. Feel the weight of that sentence. There's nothing more that can be done about it. You know, my brother, when a mother finally understands that her son is lost? You know when a mother cries all night long for that son who has given himself over to drugs, to parties, to sin, and realizes that all the warnings, all the prayers, all the pleas were in vain. That mother no longer speaks. She only cries. She only prays silently. She only waits. And that's how I see Marian's silence about America. It's a silence of anticipated mourning. It's the silence of a mother who has already cried all the tears she could cry, and now only watches the storm approach, knowing she can no longer prevent it. And do you know why I think that, brother? Because Our Lady appears to warn those who can still be saved. She appeared in Fatima for Russia because Russia could be saved through consecration. She appeared in La Salette for France because France needed an urgent call to conversion. She appeared in Akita for Japan because the world needed a warning about the chastisement. But what about America? Silence. And the silence of the Mother of God, brother, is the most deafening sound that exists. Because the Mother of God does not remain silent. The Mother of God intercedes. The Mother of God pleads. The Mother of God weeps at the foot of the cross. The Mother of God appears in poor lands, on mountains, in plains, in caves, to call her children back. If she doesn't speak of America, it's because something very serious has happened in the spiritual order of that nation. Something so serious that Our Lady herself withdrew her mantle of protection from that land. And when I read the prophecies of St. John Bosco in one of his night visions, he saw ships being destroyed in the ocean, seas rising, and a great maritime power being humiliated. When the first read the prophecies of St. Pius X, who saw a great catastrophe befalling the West, when I read the book of the servant of God Friar Justin Mary, who spoke of a fire from heaven that would fall upon a proud city in the north, I put it all together, brother. And I saw it. I saw the fate of that nation, and I wept. But the worst part is that within that nation, there are still faithful Catholics. There are traditional Catholic families fighting against the current. There are holy priests who celebrate Mass in Latin, who uphold the doctrine, who teach the truth. There are lay people who pray the rosary every day. And these souls, brother, these souls will suffer along with the entire nation. And this is the tragedy of nations that turn against God. When punishment comes, it strikes everyone. The righteous suffer with the wicked, the faithful suffer with the apostate. And that is why Our Lady weeps, because the righteous also pay the price of collective apostasy. But there is hope, brother. There is only one hope for these souls, and that is prayer. It is consecration to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. It is the daily rosary. It is the sacramental life. It is frequent Mass. It is regular confession. It is a life lived in a state of grace. Those who are in a state of grace when the events unfold, those will be protected. Our Lady promised. She promised refuge in her Immaculate Heart. She promised that those who are consecrated to her will have her maternal protection. But what about those who are not? What about those who live in mortal sin? What about those who have not received the sacraments for years? What about those who have mocked the Catholic faith? What about those who have joined false religions? What about those who have worshipped the idol of money, sex, and power? These, brother, these will be consumed. And the Blessed Virgin, however much it pains her maternal heart, will be able to do nothing for them. Because divine mercy respects human freedom. And those souls made their choices, and that is why I wept. I wept for the faithful Catholics of that nation who will be swept away by collective punishment. I wept for the innocent children born into faithless families. I wept for the elderly who converted to apostasy in their later years. I wept for the vast number of souls that country will lose. And when I cried, I understood one thing, brother. I understood that our duty as Brazilian Catholics, as Portuguese-speaking Catholics, as Latin American Catholics, is to pray. It is to pray for the souls of that nation. Even if it is already condemned in its structure, there are still individual souls that can be saved. And our rosary, our Mass, our almsgiving can save at least some of those souls. But wait, brother. Wait, because I haven't shown you the most terrifying part yet. I haven't shown you how all of this is unfolding before our very eyes, right now, at this very moment as you listen to me. Look at the world, brother. Look at what's happening. The signs are multiplying like never before in history. And most people, especially in big cities, can't see them because they're too distracted by entertainment, by consumerism, by earthly concerns. The Catholic Church is being torn apart from within. Doctrinal confusion is increasing every day. Pastors who should be guiding the flock are becoming mercenaries who abandon their sheep, bishops who bless public sins, cardinals who question dogmas, priests who deny the supernatural. All of this was prophesied, brother. All of this was announced by the Blessed Virgin in La Salette. Remember what she said? Rome will lose the faith and become the seat of the Antichrist. Those were her words. And where is this crisis of faith manifesting itself most strongly? Who is infiltrating these heresies within the Church? Where do the modernist theologians who are destroying Catholic doctrine come from? Where do the progressive movements that want to marry priests, ordain women, and bless sinful unions come from? Because of the financial and cultural influence of that great northern power, brother. It's no coincidence. Billions of dollars are invested to corrupt the Catholic Church from within, and the money flows from that country. And more, look at the signs in the sky. He looks at the increasingly frequent earthquakes. He looks at the enormous floods. He looks at the fires that devastate entire continents. He looks at the multiplying pandemics. He looks at the wars that ignite in various parts of the globe. He looks at the famine that advances. All of this was announced in Fatima, in Akita, in Garabandal. The Mother of God said in Akita that the work of the devil will infiltrate even the Church, in such a way that cardinals will be seen opposing cardinals, bishops against bishops. Do you think this is already happening? Do you think it will still happen? Brother, this is already happening before our very eyes. And where did this division within the Church originate? Where were the modernist theologians who poisoned seminaries trained? Where is the economic heart that finances the destruction of the Catholic faith? I'll tell you again, in the great nation of the North. And when I add it all up, when I add up every prophecy, every sign, every coincidence that isn't a coincidence, I see a complete picture. A terrible picture, but clear as the midday sun. The great Western power is heading towards its final hour. And that hour won't just affect it, brother. It will affect the whole world. Just think about it. If the American economy collapses, what happens to Brazil? And to Portugal? And to the whole of Europe? And to the global financial system? Do you know what universal famine is? Do you know what widespread economic chaos is? Do you know what would happen if the dollar ceased to exist overnight? This has already been prophesied, brother. The Catholic saints saw it in visions. They saw unprecedented world disorder. They saw famine knocking at the doors of once wealthy families. They saw gold losing its value. They saw cities turning into battlefields between neighbors. And what will trigger all of this? The trigger for all of this will be the fall of that great modern Babylon. And it will fall, brother. It will fall because it is written. And because God's justice, in the end, always prevails. Brother, sister, I know this message is heavy. I know you might be feeling a tightness in your chest right now, just like I felt when I found out all this. But that's precisely why I need your participation here. Comment now, I am prepared, or I need to prepare, according to what's in your heart at this moment. I will read every comment, I guarantee it. And leave your like too, because each like is like a candle lit before the altar of the Blessed Virgin. It's a way of spreading this warning to more and more Catholics who need to hear this urgent message. There are Catholics somewhere in the world right now, lost, not knowing where to begin to prepare spiritually. And the algorithm will only take this video to that person if you give your like. So do it now. It's a simple gesture, but it's a gesture that can save a soul. Comment and like, done? Great. Let's move on to the final part of this message, because I still have urgent things to tell you. Now comes the most important part of this video, brother, because up until now I've talked to you about the problem. I've shown you Marian's silence regarding America. I've presented you with the 3 possibilities. I've warned you about the signs. But what good would all that be if I don't tell you what to do? The Blessed Virgin Mary never appeared only to deliver bad news, brother. The Mother of God always presents the solution. Always. In all her recognized apparitions, she brings a spiritual prescription for the times to come. And it is this prescription that I will share with you now. First, the Holy Rosary. It's not optional, brother. In Fatima, Our Lady asked for the daily rosary. She didn't ask for the rosary whenever one feels like it. She didn't ask for the rosary on Sundays. She asked for the rosary every day, and she said that the rosary is the weapon of these last times. There is no demon that can resist a soul that prays the rosary daily with faith. There is no spiritual attack that can prevail against one who takes refuge in the sacred mysteries. So begin today, now, even today, to pray at least a third of the rosary. And if you already pray it, increase it. Pray the entire rosary. Pray it twice a day if possible. Second, regular confession. How long has it been, brother, since your last confession? How long? When was the last time you entered a confessional and opened your soul before a priest? If it has been more than a month, you are at risk. If it has been more than 6 months, you are in grave danger. If it has been more than a year, you need to run to the confessional before it is too late. Confession is the sacrament that cleanses the soul. It is the bath of divine mercy. And in the times to come, only souls in a state of grace will be preserved. Third, frequent and well-attended Mass. I'm not talking about watching Mass on your cell phone. I'm not talking about Mass broadcast on television. I'm talking about you going to church, kneeling before the Blessed Sacrament, receiving the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. This is the food of the soul. It is the anticipation of eternal glory. And whoever is nourished by the Eucharist has a supernatural strength that the world cannot comprehend. Fourth, Consecration to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. This is fundamental, brother. Make the Marian consecration according to the method of Saint Louis-Marie Grignion de Montfort. 33 days of spiritual preparation. It is the total consecration to the Mother of God, surrendering oneself to her as a slave of love. And those who make this consecration and live it faithfully, brother, these are protected by the mantle of the Blessed Virgin. They are within the Immaculate Heart. And what is within the heart of Mary, not even the Antichrist can touch. Fifth, stockpiling food and essential goods. I know it seems strange to talk about this in a spiritual video, but the Blessed Virgin, in several private messages, warned about times of scarcity. In Akita, in messages given to Pierre Carpi, in revelations to contemporary mystics. Keep a modest stockpile of non-perishable food, water, candles, essential medicines. It's not panic, brother. It's prudence. The wise ant prepares in summer for winter. Sixth, daily spiritual reading. Take a copy of the Catholic Bible. Take Thomas à Kempis's The Imitation of Christ. Take Montfort's treatise on true devotion to the Blessed Virgin. Take the writings of the saints. Read daily, at least 15 minutes a day. Nourish your soul with the Word of God and the wisdom of the saints. Because in the times to come, the time you spent nourishing your soul will be what sustains you. Seventh, family prayer. Gather your wife, your husband, your children. Pray together. Even if it's just 10 minutes a day. Even if it's just an Our Father and a Hail Mary. But pray together, because the family that prays together stays together. And in times of tribulation, the family will be the last refuge before God. Whoever does not have a family united in faith will have no refuge in this world. Eighth, fasting. Yes, fasting. In Medjugorje, the Mother of God asked for fasting on bread and water on Wednesdays and Fridays. Fasting has a spiritual power that few understand. It liberates from the tyranny of the body. It tames disordered appetites. And it opens spiritual channels that are closed by gluttony and comfort. Start with small fasts. Gradually increase them. Ninth, almsgiving and works of mercy. In times of trial, those who help the poor will find divine mercy. Do not accumulate wealth for yourself. Share it. Help the needy on your street. Visit the sick in your building. Console the afflicted in your parish. Every act of mercy is a jewel placed in your eternal crown. 10th, spiritual vigilance. Stay awake, brother. Don't let yourself be seduced by distractions. Beware of excessive social media use. Beware of movies and series that poison the soul. Beware of music that invokes demons. Beware of bad company. In times of tribulation, every breach opened in your spiritual life will be a portal used by the enemy. Close all breaches. Live in holy vigilance. These 10 things, brother, are what the Blessed Virgin taught us through her apparitions. I'm not making anything up. All of this is documented. It's in the Marian messages. It's in the writings of the saints. Do you want to survive spiritually in the times to come? Then do these 10 things. Do them all. Do them with fervor. Do them starting today. And now, brother, I want to end this video with a word of hope. Because no matter how dark the prophecies may be, no matter how terrible the signs of the times, the Mother of God has always left us a luminous promise. Remember what she said in Fatima? In the end, my Immaculate Heart will triumph. That promise is absolute. That promise is certain. That promise is irrevocable. There is no force in the world, nor in hell, that can prevent the triumph of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And that, brother, is what sustains us. Knowing that even in the midst of tribulation, even in the midst of punishment, even in the midst of the great purification that is to come, Our Lady will triumph. She will crush the serpent's head. She will establish the kingdom of her Son on earth. And there will be a time of peace, of faith, of holiness, such as the world has never seen before. And this is the big, but brother, Only those who are faithful will see this triumph on earth. Only those who persevere in faith until the end. Only those who take refuge in the Immaculate Heart now, at this very moment, before it is too late. And that is why I ask you, I implore you on my knees, in the name of Jesus and the Blessed Virgin Mary, do not postpone your conversion. Do not say, I will convert tomorrow. Do not say, I will start praying the rosary later. Do not say, I will go to confession when I have time. Do it now. Start today. Because the hour is coming, brother. And it's coming faster than many imagine. The signs are multiplying every week. The crises are intensifying. Apostasy is advancing. Confusion is increasing. And we, true Catholics, need to be ready. I guarantee you one thing, brother. If you do what I told you in this video, if you consecrate yourself to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, if you pray the Rosary daily, if you receive the sacraments frequently, if you live in a state of grace, you will have nothing to fear. Nothing. Because the Mother of God takes care of her children. She has a special mantle for the faithful in the end times. She has a refuge in her heart for those who surrender themselves to her. And even if that great nation to the north falls, and even if the whole world convulses, and even if everything that seems solid dissolves into thin air, you will be standing. Because you will be clinging to the heart of the Mother. And the heart of the Mother is stronger than any empire in human history. So lift up your head, brother. Lift up your head and look up. Because your redemption is drawing near. Because the triumph of the Mother is coming. Because the kingdom of the Sacred Heart of Jesus will be established on earth. And you, if you are faithful, will be part of this new era of glory. May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. May the mantle of the Blessed Virgin Mary protect you. May the holy angels guard you in all your ways. And may your family be consecrated to the Immaculate Heart of the Mother of God. Now, before you close this video, brother, I need you to do 3 things with me. Just 3 things. I ask you for the love you have for the Blessed Virgin. First, comment below with the phrase Totus Tuus Maria. This was a phrase used by Pope St. John Paul II, meaning totally yours, Mary. Comment on this phrase now as an act of personal consecration. Each comment will be a soul surrendering to the Mother of God, and I want to read each one. Each one will be a prayer that I will offer for you. Secondly, leave a like on this video. Tap that little heart or the up knee button, depending on the platform you're watching on. Your like is like a lit candle before the altar of the Blessed Virgin. It's your way of spreading this message to other Catholics around the world. There are people waiting for this warning. There are families waiting to hear this truth. And the algorithm only takes this video to those souls if you give it a like. Do it. Do it as an act of spiritual charity. And the third thing, brother, is this. Look at your screen now. Another video is appearing. Do you see it? Click on it. Don't close YouTube yet. Don't go to sleep yet. Don't go back to social media yet. Click on that video that's appearing on your screen now. Because there I reveal to you another urgent prophecy that connects directly with everything we've talked about here. It's the natural continuation of this message. And if this message here touched you, that one will shake your heart even more. Click now. Click on the video that's appearing on your screen. And let's continue this journey together. May the Blessed Virgin Mary bless you and your family. Under the blue mantle of the Mother of God, I leave you. Until the next video, my brother. Until the next video, my sister. Don't forget, Totus Tuus Maria, totally yours, Mary. Amen.